Hey guys, this is Spence with the first in a series of bass videos I'm going to be putting on YouTube. First thing you gotta know is I am totally not an expert in any way, shape, or form. I just noticed there was a lack of good beginner stuff that people can sit and actually learn from. Most of them require you to know stuff already, expecting you've already taken lessons and just want to improve yourself. Essentially, this series is going to be starting completely from the ground up, and eventually I'm going to be working my way up to full songs, some sweet riffs and stuff like that, but for now it's going to be some very simple basic stuff. Okay, lesson 1, the parts of the bass. The first part of the bass we're going to go over is the body. The body of the bass guitar is usually the largest part on a bass. It plays a huge role in resonating the vibration of the strings as you play. The type of wood used for the body has a big effect on the tone of the bass. Softer woods are going to give warmer sounds, while harder woods are going to make for brighter, more percussive tones. If you're interested in playing a lot of slap bass, hard woods are going to be better, but if you're looking to play mostly other styles, you might want to seek out softer woods. Body shape. This is a matter of personal preference. It really doesn't affect the tone much at all. Here's some fun examples of a few different kinds. The curved sides of the body are referred to as the waist of the body. The finish is another thing you might want to take note of. It refers to the outer appearance of the body. On acoustic instruments, the finish makes big differences in the sound, but on electric instruments, it really shouldn't have much difference. Finishes are cosmetic, so just pick the one you like the most. The neck is the next part of the bass we're going over. The bass neck is the long, skinny part of the bass. The material used to make the bass neck plays a fairly large role with the tone of the bass. Most necks are made out of wood. They're usually made out of harder woods to withstand the tension that the thick strings put on them. There are two main types of necks, and they are neck through and bolt on. Neck through means the neck goes through the body of the bass all the way to the end. It's just one long piece of wood, or several long neck pieces glued together lengthwise. Wings are then glued to the sides of the neck to form the body of the bass. Bolt-on necks are bolted on to the body of the bass. This forms a neck joint, as it is called. Often 4 bolts are used, although some use 6. Neck through basses have a mellower, softer tone with more sustain, while bolt-on bass guitars have a bright, snappy, percussive tone to them and tend to have less sustain. The next part of the bass we're going to go over is the truss rod. Inside the neck there is a long metal rod called the truss rod. The truss rod helps keep the neck straight because the tension of the strings causes the neck to bow. Some basses, especially 5 and 6 string basses, have double truss rods for more strength. Although in graphite necks, since they are even more sturdy, they don't even have a truss rod. The next part of the bass we're going to go over is the nut. The nut is part of the bass that holds the strings in place on the end of the neck. The nut is a crucial part of the bass since it is a point where the strings make contact with the bass. The next thing we're going over is the fingerboard or the fretboard. This is the face of the neck where your fingers will work their bass playing magic. Most basses have a rosewood fingerboard or a maple fingerboard. Rosewood has a darker, warmer tone, while maple has a punchier, more percussive sound to it. To help you keep your bearings on the neck as you're playing, fret markers are inserted into the fretboard at certain frets. These fret markers are called many different things: fret dots, inlays, position markers, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Fret markers placed on the top edge of the fingerboard are also called side dots. These are useful so you don't have to look over to see the face of the fretboard while you're playing. Okay, the next part we're going over is the bridge, or the tailpiece. It is a critical part of the bass. It is the metal plate where strings attach to the body, and this is where much of the string's vibration is transferred to the body of the bass guitar. Each string sits on an adjustable saddle. The saddles space the strings apart. They also move in and out to help adjust the tuning of each string. And then the saddles also adjust the height of each of the bass strings. Almost all bass guitars are going to have adjustable bridges. Bass bridge descriptions often are going to distinguish between the two main types of bridges, which are top-loading and string-through body models. Top-loading bridges have a slot cut on the top for each string. Some bridges just have a hole for each string where you need to thread the string through. String-through body means the string is threaded through from the back side of the body. This adds a little more sustain to your notes. Some bass guitar bridges can be both top-loaded and strung through the body of the bass, but this is really rare. Next part we're going over is the tuners. The tuners are the parts on the headstock where the strings are attached. Tuners are sometimes called machine heads. They consist of posts, gears, and a tuning key. The tuning post is the part that the strings wrap around. The tuning keys stick out from the back side of the headstock and allow you to crank the gears that turn the post. That's how you're going to tune your bass. Sometimes bass guitars have all the tuning keys on one side of the headstock, while others have them split between the top and the bottom sides. But no, that's just a design. It has no impact whatsoever on the sound of the bass. The last part of the bass we're going to go over are the pickups. Bass guitar pickups are the rectangular black boxes you're going to see on the bass guitar body beneath the strings. Inside the pickups are magnets. These magnets are going to pick up the vibrations of the metal bass strings. The pickup magnets create a magnetic field around the bass string, and an electronic signal is produced when bass string vibrations disturb that magnetic field. That electronic signal is then sent to a bass amp and translated into sound. Pickups are probably the most influential part on a bass guitar's tone. The way the pickups are designated to translate the sound of your bass is the final say in how your bass is going to sound. The good news is pickups are fairly easy to exchange if you ended up with a crap set of them. Okay, this last picture is going to be a quick review and show a few small things I didn't cover. However, by this point you should be pretty good with the parts of the bass. Okay guys, I will see you next time.